Hello and welcome. This is VCD Roundtable number 60, and we are in final VMware Explore Las Vegas warm-up mode because Explore is going to start for us on Sunday, Monday. For us, it starts on Sunday with our dinner. And for everybody else, it starts on Monday and Tuesday. Kind of usual schedule. Monday is a bit more partner and classroom sessions startup, but then the other days seem to be the same. We have a night stay on Thursday, so a few points of the agenda have changed. It's going to be interesting to see how many people are really going to be there. Even with heavily trying, I never got any consistent numbers in the last couple of days. It's anywhere between like last year and much less, much more. We will see. Numbers have never been pretty reliable until you are on site at Explore from that perspective. So that is going to be interesting. But before we dive into any expectations from keynotes, CSP program, and everything else, any other opening words, Matthias?
Yeah, hello, welcome. Honestly, I'm very curious, as you said, how many people are going to attend. That's one thing, and how the whole event will be like. Are people still mad with Broadcom? How is the whole get together? Are we already in the moving forward phase towards achieving new solutions and stuff?
Yeah, so also welcome from my side, and I'm very interested what happens now on Explore. So we had many discussions with service providers. One part that, hey, we are clearly not joining Explore. The other ones will join, and there are so many open questions. And yeah, most of the CSPs who will join, waiting for answers for open questions. Also, these who are denied in the programs, but also many primary CSP who will stay in the program and have questions. What happens with the white label business and so on? Additional to that is what's up with VCD, what's next in VCD, what's about the provider management and so on. So many open questions. So I'm really interested in about how is the how are the emotions in the different sessions and boards?
And I think this is overall not only going to affect the service provider business, but also the resale business. I think on the resale side, it's a bit of a different story. Resellers potentially are not going to show up if they are not going to be in the program anymore. They move along with other partners. For the cloud providers, it's a different story. They have built own infrastructure and services, etc., around that, which clearly resellers have to a certain degree as well. But it's going to be a different story. And I mean, it is very obvious that there seems to be absolutely no real focus around the CSP program at all, because if you search for CSP or VCSP, you will only find one session overall, which is going to happen on Wednesday, which is from Amar and Alexandra, together with 1111, where they are going to talk a bit about how they are going to leverage the CSP program together with VCF and Kubernetes. It's a bit of a all hands, all add-ons session. I'm going to be interested to see what exactly is going to be there. 45 minutes for what they have on the agenda sounds like a lot. But that's going to be the only VCSP session. There is a partner session, which is called Provider and Distributor Keynote, which, however, I think there is a bit of a conceptual issue because those seem to be the resale partners, which were formerly known solution providers. And so based on that perspective, I think it's the same keynote for them that's going to be run by Brian and Tara. And other than that, we see a lot of or not a lot, but we see, I think, a total of roughly, I checked, around 25 sessions around VCF, where they want to talk about certain things like tenancy and automation and network separation. The more interesting piece for me is that the majority of these sessions are done by people which at least I have not seen that much in combination with the CSP program in the past. So, however, on the other side, we have seen in the last couple of months as many people change roles. So that does not necessarily mean something. But overall, you can see clearly it's all around more like dedicated infrastructure. There is, at least in none of these sessions, any talks around shared infrastructure, really. It's all about dedicated. So utilizing VCF automation, utilizing NSX, all of these scenarios are in there.
Yeah, so I have the same feeling, though there are less when you're searching for service providers or CSP or whatever in the session catalog, but there are a lot of sessions with multi-tenancy, multi-tenant private cloud, and so on. So there are a lot of sessions, but same like you said before, there are a lot of sessions done by product marketing engineers, technical sessions 300. And yeah, the question is, what is the value out of it? I think it will become very helpful for service providers to take a look here, take a look what's possible in 9.0, and maybe go in the discussions afterwards with these guys and ask, hey, what will we see in 9.1, for example? What's next? And yeah, create the contacts with the persons that you build a big network around, multi-tenancy VCF9, because that becomes very interesting in the future now. And additional to that, I think there is one hand-on lab expert-led workshop with provider management and administration with VCF automation or VCF management portal. I think I would absolutely recommend this session. It's on Tuesday, 1 p.m. for 90 minutes. So I think that will become really interesting from that perspective to take a look there. There are architects on site who explain what's possible and so on. So I think that will be an interesting one. And additional to that, we have, I think it was 3 hand-on labs where you can go to and take a look about managing organizations, managing app provider management, and so on. So I think that will be interesting for the first hand-on. And if you don't have the time at the Explore, you can do it afterwards. I think they will have the hand-on labs for every attendee, also for after Explore.
That's at least the plan. However, if you are due to the, let's say, lack of provider-specific sessions, I would strongly, if you are more on the technical side, it definitely makes sense to go into these expert-led workshops. I did that a few years ago for some of the items, and they were typically pretty interesting because you had the opportunity, on one hand, not necessarily only to go through the lab, but also have some interactive discussion with the people who thought out the lab, who have some background on how they're going to run it, how this works, and how all of this comes together. And so from that perspective, I think that is definitely worthwhile doing that. And other than that, I think it's overall, I mean, we are going to be there in several occasions. If you want to meet some of the other CSPs, at least from what I've seen, is quite a few have signed up for the poker tournament on Monday. So that's definitely a spot to find some of them. And join us for that if you haven't done so. I think it's overall, it is really going to be an interesting conference. It's from what we are going to see. There is really, it's like, I have no clue how many people are going to be there. Is it going to be 5,000 like last year? Is it going to be only 3,000?
So nobody knows. I think what from my feeling, I would say maybe, yeah, that was also in last year that many partners said, hey, I don't want to join. I have the feeling that this year some more on the partner side will join again, who are still in the program, but there will be a lot of partners who will not join, who will no longer be a part of the program, especially in the US. And on the other side, I think there will be much more end customers joining Explore again. So
That could be true.
when I took a look at the current community in the Explore web page, so I think, or I saw a lot more customers than last year. So from that perspective, let's see.
That's realistic because but you need to take into account that's the only VMware Explorer we have in that year, because Europe is cancelled, so there are only the 6 small post Explorer events all over the globe. So it's just one VMware Explorer where you can meet all the folks from Broadcom to meet and greet and get some more information or more detailed information from the decision makers within Broadcom.
I think it's overall, it's for customers, it makes more sense. The question is also going to be if we get a feeling on how Broadcom wants to really traverse the conference. Should it become more like a business conference? Are they expecting more C-levels or executives to join and actually have more discussions like that? At least that's what I got from several people on the executive side from Broadcom, where I got the message is like, it's really difficult to get anything on the schedule. They are more or less completely blocked for customer sessions, and we don't have to focus on partner sessions. This is not a partner conference. So it seems like they try to keep near contact to the customers. It's also going to be.
And I'm very interested what happens with the original so Broadcom network stuff, ZA stuff, Symantec stuff. So we saw some of them also attending the conference, and how big will this part be, maybe?
The other interesting thing for me is going to be is if Nutanix is going to pull a stunt. Because they have sales kickoff this week in Vegas. They have their complete sales organization and everybody up until Friday in Vegas.
I would say they have booked all around and every TV screen and marketing screen around. And
no, they have not. There were still too many screens available. So getting screen time is I looked at it. Getting it was not short on available slots for a conference. So the only thing is you couldn't get anything in the Venetian. Because I told them it's like last time VMware did not actually consume all of them, and they basically came back to me and told me it's like, yeah, but if you are not VMware, I'm not going to give you any of the screens. It wasn't try.
Maybe we can try to bring our own screen.
I would not try that in a casino. I mean, if this would be just a German trade fairground or something like that, just put a few stickers which look official or something on it, and that would work. But I would not try to bring any technical equipment in near a casino which doesn't belong there and try to set it up. But yeah, so from that perspective, it's that just actually bubbled up when I saw this week everybody from Nutanix coming to Vegas for sales kickoff, where I thought it's like, is that really just a happy coincidence, or are they potentially really pulling something? Because I mean, if you have the people already there, But you need to keep them there over the weekend, which is going to be expensive. So we will see. Yeah, hands-on labs. It's also, I'm going to look forward more how the solution exchange looks like. Is there a solution exchange?
There is a solution exchange, but from the sponsorship, I would say it's very small. But let's see. There are currently, I don't know any official list from the solution exchange.
I did not even get any vendor invites whatsoever this year. That's another, that was kind of more
Yeah,
like
think about it.
That might just be a me problem, yes. Sasha is more on that side. Sasha, did you get any vendor invites?
Oh, also the last years there were big web pages with all the different events and whatever, and I don't saw anything until now, so.
Even from the usual other ones, like the big partners and distributors, I didn't get anything to hear this year. So we will see. Good. So what else to do at the conference? So I'm currently browsing through the sponsor catalog. So Diamond, AWS, Google, Intel, and Microsoft. Intel still has money for being a Diamond sponsor.
And AMD not, so.
Platinum, Dell, IBM, NetApp, VMware. Okay. Gold. Ahead, Carasoft, Intelligence, Lara, Pure, Rubrik, TD, WWT. Okay. Oh, I stay corrected. I got an invite from Carasoft for something. Yeah, and then it's more a list of. Once you go down to silver, it becomes a very. And TD Synnex is a multiple time sponsor. That's also interesting.
Maybe they don't talk to each other, and everyone registered.
Maybe. I would argue it seems to be if you want to be a Pinnacle partner, or if you are a Pinnacle partner, it seems for me at least a Pinnacle resale partner. I kind of get the feeling that in North America it's a must-have to be also a sponsor. Because when I go through the list, I have kind of the feeling that more or less every Pinnacle partner actually decided to sponsor the conference. Because when we go back to the sponsor list a few weeks ago, that was much smaller.
That's right.
So, but again, if there are enough enterprise customers and all of that, that might make sense. Good. We will see. We will start this all off on Sunday. I have the first meetings already, I think, on Sunday. We have, I think I have 2 interviews with media, so that's going to be interesting, what they are going to question me. And then we have dinner. Monday is full packed agenda. Monday evening poker tournament.
Yes.
Wednesday evening night reception. Thursday evening, Thursday night day. But Thursday there's also no conference anymore. At least there are no sessions anymore.
Yes.
When I was on the content catalog.
But
So
on Thursday it's a night event.
yes, but in the past the conference had Thursday still as an event day.
Yes, sure. But also Monday was only a partner day.
Monday was always a mixed day. There were partner events, there were events for the trainers, there were events for the customers who have how was that called? The
Yeah, the advisory boards.
No, not the advisory boards. If you had one of these account managers which you could buy with an ELA, damn, I forget the name for that. TUM, yeah. So TUM customer meetings. There were a bunch of customer events. There were customer workshops on Monday. Let's say for everybody who just bought a runaway ticket. Yeah, for them, the conference started on Tuesday. But in general, there was a lot going on Monday, which challenged us sometimes that we couldn't be in all places at the same time. But we will see. But the general keynote is still Tuesday, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
So not a lot changed from that perspective. Good. Okay. I think that's all. If you are joining for Explore, if you are coming to Explore, make sure that you try to ping us. Let's meet up. Let's get some of your thoughts and everything else about the future of VCD, the future of shared infrastructure with VMware, and the future of the cloud provider programs. We are happy to meet, to discuss, and do all these things. You can find all the links on social media across and up and down and everywhere. And yeah, hope to see many of you in Vegas next week, or then in 2 weeks' time, we do the wrap up of this one and let you know how Vegas was. And stay tuned. We will do a lot of video coverage and stuff like that as well from the event. See you soon.